Hello, it's me. It's nice to meet you. I identify myself by the name of Reflections of My Evolution. I want to welcome you to my channel. I am a messenger for higher dimensional consciousness, and today I have a message for you. I received the guidance to touch on this, what is very commonly known as manifesting or manifestation in the 3D physical realm. Even though each and every one of you is in their own personalized simulation, we are all a collective consciousness. And what this means is that we get to see each other's movies. Do you understand? Manifestation is nothing new. The term or the name for this may be new to your awareness, but the act of manifesting is happening all the time. You manifested yourself into your own simulation. Whether you are aware of this or not, you manifested your avatar, the physical body or the vessel you are in, that allows you to experience this simulation through your bodily senses. You created all the dynamics you would experience ahead of time before they would come to be. You created your simulation by imagination, by pure desire. This is why I remind you guys to be very discerning of your focus and of your desires, because the mind, especially in this experience, is a powerhouse. You created everything you see around you with your imagination, your focus, and whatever you focus and desire will materialize into the 3D physical as a manifestation. They want me to explain manifestation and to talk a bit about it for those of you who may not be aware that you are already doing this. There will be many levels of consciousness that will one day find this message. And it is for this reason that my friends want me to explain this. If you have been aware of this channel since its birth into the 3D, there is a good cause for you to remember that you are a creator. There is a big but coming, though, that is coming up. Can you feel it? You have all been creating, yes, of course, but you've been creating from an unconscious state. Whenever I use this word unconscious, this means you have not been aware that you've been doing this. Because when you were unconscious, you didn't know you were bringing whatever your patterns of focus were or are into life. You are manifesting all the time, guys. Manifestation in the third dimension is talked about as it being something you do when you want something or have a desire. But please take notice, it's happening all the time, not just when you want that wealthy lifestyle, when you want that success, or when you desire to meet that one special man or woman to take on the role of being the love of your life. Manifestation isn't always direct or immediate, and it doesn't come when you are always expecting it. I personally describe manifestation, the kind of manifesting that you do when you are conscious, as a way of art. Or maybe a better word, I guess, would be like an art form. Manifestation, especially when it's conjured or focused on with specific intention, requires you to surrender. And surrendering any type of control or expectation is a difficult thing to do in the 3D. The third dimension is a place of always on the go. In other words, the 3D is known for its urgency, The third dimensional world is a place of instant gratification, of expecting fast results. Once you begin to manifest consciously from a place of being self-aware and having the knowledge that you are in your own simulation, you will look at manifestation differently. You will learn to be more selective with your thinking, with your focus, and especially with your desires. You will come to the knowing that manifesting consciously requires emotional balance, or to keep a skill of keeping your nervous system nice and balanced. And of course, the most important part is that you need to put in the action of surrendering. Manifestation requires trust and even faith, and most importantly, letting go. Releasing that need or feeling of wanting to control everything. When I say trust and faith, I mean already knowing it's done once your desire is felt and focused on. Expectation is great when it involves manifesting, but it needs to come from a good place, like a place of confidence, of knowing, and not from a place of anxiety involving time. Let go of what you see around you. It will only confirm the absence of it in the 3D physical world, and continue to keep moving forward. The knowledge that I am being guided to share with you all requires me to once again remind you of this. Time is not what it appears to look like in the third dimension. It doesn't even truly exist. Your fundamental but unconscious programming taught you to tell time and to know of its awareness. In order to manifest something or an experience that you don't see in your physical 3D world, you cannot remind yourself it's not there. Instead, you have to carry on as you already have it, but without seeing it with your eyes. Manifestation at its early stages, once a desire at first starts, is entirely energetic, which means its first stages will happen at much higher dimensions, but the puzzle pieces start to move immediately as soon as you start focusing or desiring. Manifesting requires telling your new story to your mind over and over as if it's something you already have an experience with. Even though your physical senses are showing you and sensing that there is no tangible result. Some suggestions for you all would be affirmations, both by voice or even written by hand. Have patience with yourself. Manifesting requires a lot of patience and a lot of emotional self-control. So have patience with affirmations. Repeat these things or even write them down and say them back to yourself over and over until you feel and you have a knowing that your subconscious has been saturated with whatever your new story is. Are you good at dreaming during light hours? Do you have what I would call a strong imagination? Then ask yourself questions about what do you want to see and experience? What does it feel like to have such things or experiences? Remember, let go of any anxiety connected to time and allow your desires to unfold naturally without forcing or pushing anything. Plant your seed of desire and let it go. This is really important. Don't keep checking the 3D or the physical and tangible third dimensional world for your manifestation. Doing something like this will only remind you of its absence. Start to get into the habit of not taking the 3D physical world too seriously. And most importantly, don't take what you see and especially what your physical senses detect as being absent, personal or to heart. The third dimension is a reflection of your old programming, which includes old unconscious manifestations, any old assumption patterns, and anything you may have had as a focus when you were in a state of being unconscious. Don't let anything you currently see around you mislead you into repeating your same old patterns, and don't buy into the 3D type of thinking that manifestations can be delayed or blocked by outside influences. Please remember, the timing of your personal manifestation will always be perfect. Here's the best part. This is fucking gold. I tried so hard not to say bad words, but oh well. This is who I am. Don't allow your physical senses to stop or fool you into giving up on your desire. If you are new to the knowing of your participation in this highly advanced simulation, you need to be aware of this. Your only challenger are all of your past versions of self and the type of thinking you once practiced. There is no one and nothing that can stop a desire from manifesting. Once a desire is focused on, everything that you can't see starts to move and shift to bring in your wish. Higher dimensions don't keep track of time because it doesn't exist. The concept of time is only found in the third dimensional world. All right, my time here in the 3D is coming to a close. I will return when there is more downloaded knowledge for me to share with all of you who come into the awareness of this channel. If you found yourself here or have interest to continue to come back, there is a good reason. May this knowledge find you well and be of service as guidance. And please know that I love you. End of transmission. Bye.